Harry's Wife, a vanity project filled with fraud. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. We're looking at various reactions, of course, to the Netflix docuseries alongside a continuing analysis, turgid as it is, dealing with the moronic outpourings of those two self-absorbed individuals, the narcissist and her prey, who's been fully absorbed into the folie à deux. We now turn to Red State, which isn't going to pull any punches when it comes to its distaste for Harry's Wife, and an article from Brad Slager. This was written ahead of the Netflix release, but it states, "Scandal. Ahead of its release, the Harry and Harry's Wife docuseries on Netflix shown filled with fraud." On Thursday, Netflix is debuting the opening entry in its two-part documentary centred on the life and the supposed trauma this coddled couple supposedly endures. While not the biggest celebrities in this country, this video profile spends time attempting to position the undynamic duo as the central focus of our entire media complex. That the production resorts to fabricated presentations to prove their plight is just the start of the unintended comedy. As far as the import of this pair, it eludes me. A dispatched British monarch and a third-tier American actress are not the types to move the cultural needle. But ever since their documented flight from the British royal family, we have been told we have to care about them. Making this tougher is the fact that by all appearances, Harry and Harry's wife possess all the expected hallmarks of vacant celebrity. They have names and exposure, but little in the way of accomplishment. And again, this is another author that homes in on a fundamental problem that they have. They're known about, they've been exposed, but what do they actually do? What do they actually achieve? What do they actually stand for in terms of doing things, achieving things, changing things? The article continues. It is apparent by the trailer, Netflix was not offering advanced screenings, that part of the sale is the same storyline we have been given about these two, how gruesome their life is under media scrutiny. The first problem with this is that we have to believe they are allegedly badgered by the very media attention they so obviously crave. When Harry's wife showed up in Uvalde, Texas, after the school shooting, the response to the photos of her there was a uniform, but why? Even when she made a surprise visit to a volunteer food and blood drive, it was sold as an incognito visit, as reported in BuzzFeed, complete with photo evidence. Harry and Harry's wife inject themselves into the media cycle repeatedly. Necessity of assertion of control drawing a facade. More often, that involves complaints of what they endure from the very same media. Hypocrisy. The trailer displays these oppressive conditions with the paparazzi, but with some telling details now emerging. It appears that in the numerous trailers, the evidence of the swarming press throngs is highly embellished. Revision of history. One shot of a supposed herd of photojournalists covering the couple is actually from a red carpet premiere of a Harry Potter film. They are selling how they met. They are selling how they have had to suffer this press attention with a photo that was taken 5 years before the couple had even met. Another shot appears like an ominous rooftop stalker is taking stealth surveillance photos, when in fact it was reported that this was from an official event, and the pictures came from approved credentialed pooled journalists. One glaring example shows Harry in a picture, seemingly distressed at the intrusive press, his hand up defensively. What's not revealed in the old crop photo is that his other hand is clutching his then-girlfriend, Chelsea Davy. If we are to believe that Harry and Harry's wife are under such perpetual press duress, why the need to go to the lengths of fabricating their proof? Well, as all of you listening to me know, the reason that those lengths go to is because Harry's wife is driven by her narcissism and its pursuit of the prime aims. When you resort to submitting approved photo ops and hilariously 15-year-old paparazzi shots with an old flame, it means you do not have the evidence at the ready. It has been years since their departure from Windsor, so the production should be sitting on piles of valid examples. This shows that their claimed victimhood is their own branding. None of this tracks because we are told how they endured those terrorising events while a part of the royal family. They have been stateside now for some time, so their life should be one of contentment. Here, in the United States, they would not merit much attention at all, and would be largely left to themselves, were they capable of resisting the magnetic pull of cameras. And again, that makes the valid point that the very things that Harry's wife complains about are, of course, of her own making, because her narcissism cannot resist the need to be publicised. Last summer, the article continues, Harry was scorned when he lamented the fact that Americans enjoy First Amendment freedoms, something not in play in his former home country. This instantly brings forth feelings of incompetence. You are fleeing from an insufferable press presence, so your solution is to run to a country with more open policies? Well, of course, as we know, Harry's a bit thick. But as we have learned from this pampered pair, they actually love our freedom of expression. They've not been able to shut up since they arrived. For a family we are told is suffering from unimaginable media focus, they cannot seem to stay out of the media on a voluntary basis. They sell us their tale of wanting to be left alone by appearing on primetime with the anonymous interviewer Oprah Winfrey. They deliver perpetual press releases on their activities and strike production deals with streaming platforms. This is the couple, after all, that long denied involvement in the aggrandizing biography Finding Freedom, only to have it revealed in court that they, in fact, did work with the writers. It appears that everything about this couple is contrived and controlled, and that they are cultivating an image that is both scripted and contradictory. The media is an impressive force in their lives, yet they cannot enact the one solution at their disposal, removing themselves from the media. Harry's wife needs the attention, i.e. fuel, and they build up the scripted image of perpetual victimhood told from their villa down the road from Oprah. Sorry, the reality defies sympathy. To look at how obtuse all of this is for the Markles, they complain about all of this attention while at the same time demanding said attention. In the States, fewer people would even be interested in this duo if they would just subside. We cannot leave you people alone if you do not leave, after all. And of course, makes it very clear all of the problems of their own making, and that another organisation, by way of Red State and its journalists, see straight through them. Of course, so many of you have almost banged your heads on the wall saying, she cries for privacy, well, why not just go for it and stay out of the way? But you have to understand, that's anathema to her narcissism. Privacy means she can't control people. Privacy means a reduction in fuel. Privacy means a reduction in those residual benefits. Where's the money going to come from if she's not grifting out there? How's the facade going to be managed if she's just there tending to the roses, chopping them off in those pristine white gloves, which demonstrates that she's probably never done that before? The fact is, as Red State demonstrates, this docuseries is a fraudulent example of their lives. It is, in effect, what you see many narcissists do on social media. Creating an image and portraying it in order to draw responses, fuel, and to enable that control to be obtained to manage a particular facade. But this is being done on a grand multi-million-dollar scale. It quite simply is Harry's wife's own social media event, writ large. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.